Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video I'm going to talk about some recent book hauls, and I'm going to do some book unboxings. I have to confess that I have totally crashed and burned on the Read What You Own challenge. I did recently do a reset on that, and I started the 9th of April, and I'm going to try going forward to it. I'm going to try to do it somewhat, at least going forward. I did create a spreadsheet where I'm going to track the books I read, but I'm also going to track books that I get after that, so I'll hold myself accountable for those books too. It might not work out for me, I kind of have to admit. I am one of those people definitely demonstrates that reading books and buying books are two different activities. But I am at least going to track what I do going forward. First, I want to open up 3 book packages I've got recently. First 2 I know what they are. The third one I'm not really sure. This package is from bookshop.org. And the book I got is Firebird by Juliette, The Fire That Binds, Book 1. This is why I have so many books. This is just something I saw in an email and it looked good, so I bought it. Does look cool though. Second bookshop.org package. This one is Mickey Spillane, the Mike Hammer Collection, Volume 1. The Jury, My Gun is Quick, Vengeance is Mine. By Mickey Spillane. I don't know if I said that. When I was much younger, I read some Mickey Spillane books, and I did like them. Matter of fact, I think I might have read these 3. I'm not positive. I was just curious if they still worked for me. The hard-boiled detective, the noir novels. I'm just curious if they work for me. So I got this. And the third package is from Barnes & Noble. This is the one that I don't really remember what it is. I should have known, actually. It's Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Because I didn't complete The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yet, I haven't started this book. As a matter of fact, how could I? I didn't open up the package. I got a couple of ebooks from Barnes & Noble. The first is Case Closed by Dell, Shannon. My mother and my mother's sisters, my 2 aunts, were voracious readers, and my 2 aunts, and maybe my mother too, they read a lot of mysteries, and one of the book series they read was the Louise Mendoza series by Dell, Shannon. Kind of a police procedural, but there was mysteries in it too. And I read some of the books too. They probably gave them to me to read, and I did like them. So I was just curious, as with the Mickey Spillane books, I was just curious if the books would still work for me. So I got this book. It's the first in the series. Came out in 1960-61, so that is a ways back. Another ebook I bought is from Barnes & Noble is The Rats by James Herbert. This is a book that I started before and never finished, not because I didn't like it. I don't know why I didn't finish it. Been thinking about James Herbert because John at Disquiet and Dragons has a book club where they're reading the James Herbert books in order, and Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems is also a big proponent of James Herbert. I think he's part of the John's club. And that just got me wanting to maybe try reading them again. Read them a while back. Liked the ones I read, but it's been a while. So that's why I got this book. Another book, a physical book I got which I bought from Amazon.com, is My Salary, Faber Stories by Sally Rooney. I already talked about this book because in a previous video, but just to kind of close the loop, and this is a recent one I bought. It's the only place I could get this book was a physical copy on Amazon. It wasn't available any other places I go, and it was quite expensive for a little book. It's really a short story, 32 pages long. And I've already done it. I will have a video coming out shortly, probably before you see this video. I'll just say that I did enjoy it. I went to my library recently to return a couple of books, which unfortunately I didn't finish, despite having 2 automatic renewals. But of course, I couldn't go in the library without getting some other books, so I got a couple. The first one I got is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This is a book that Marilyn at Marilyn Maya Mendoza has really championed. I believe it might be her favorite book of all. She grew up in Brooklyn, so she could really identify with this book. And I just happened to see it, and I remember that Marilyn liked it. So I figured, well, might as well pick this one up and see what it's about. And the other book I got is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell. I've heard a fair amount of good things about this book. I believe that Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading is championing this book, but I'm not totally positive about that. But I just saw it, and because I'd heard some about it, I picked it up. I forgot to say that Mr. Salary, Faber Stories by Sally Rooney, was the April read for Tia Chu's book club, Modern by Tia Chu. Just a little earlier today, I got a couple books from Fable for May book clubs. The first is The Center by Ayesha, Manazir, Siddiqi. It is the May/June read for The Cozy Club, moderated by Stephanie Bookish, as Stephanie Bookish on here. And the second is My Life as a White Trash Zombie by Diana Rowland. That is the May read for Fright Club, moderated by Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems and Kritz at Kritz_reads. Just by the title, it kind of looks like it's going to kind of maybe be a fun read. So those are the books that I've gotten recently. Some they are for book clubs, others I just kind of in my way was just drawn toward. There might be some more, possibly, not that I really should do any more book clubs, but there might be another book club or two that I might do. But I also should mention too that I didn't need to get the May read for On With a Band, moderated by MJ, Reading This Life at M-J on here, because that book is offered free on Fable. It's probably a Project Gutenberg book. I should say too, the book is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It may be a Project Gutenberg book because the April read, which was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, was a Project Gutenberg book. So I didn't need to buy Frankenstein. I read Frankenstein not too long ago, but as it's for a book club, I'm going to read it again. Editing Stuart here the next day from when I recorded the other segments to this video. One correction and one addition. I had believed that the book club by Jonathan Squide and Dragons was to read Robert McCammon's books in order, and maybe that's part of it, but they also read other books. So I was mistaken in that respect. Although it is partly through John, big part through John, that I decided I want to read The Rats, John and Cliff too. And also I forgot to mention that the second book I got from Fable is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. That is the May read for Booked and Busy, moderated by Jaime at Jaime Falk on here. It'll be the third Emily Henry book that I will read. I loved Funny Story and Happy Place, so I'm sure I'll like this one too. One final thought that I forgot to mention is that this Mickey Spillane book, it's kind of like, it's a little beat. It's like, there's like a line down here, and, it's kind of kind of worn up here. It's not like anything I would return. I generally don't return things, but it's almost like in a condition that I would think it was a used book as opposed to a new one. A used book that was taken pretty good care of, but certainly not a used book. So slightly disappointing in that, but again, I'm not going to return it. I hope you're having a great reading week. I hope you're having a great week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.